Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Caught in Two Minds podcast.
Meanwhile, Shelly weaves his way through.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the podcast, Caught in Two Minds. E. Marshall. That man over there is Fitz, aka at Guna Rush. What's up, everybody?
Hey. I mean, folks, we made it. The grueling season of a Premier League. Wow, we made it.
It's been one hell of a ride. The roller coaster, up and down, peaks and valleys. Oh, gosh, they're young, the mature. Here we go. It's been a long season. Hopefully, a lot of people have learned from this, including the manager. But, what a way to finish it off. 5-1 victory against Everton. Good thing they won on Thursday because they've been on vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
And just think about that. They played on Thursday. What if they were fighting for their lives and they had to turn around and play again on Sunday?
I know.
And then you look at Man U, they've been off for 12 days, haven't played, and they come out and lay an egg. But tremendous game, tremendous result. Leads us into next year with a little bit of optimism. Unfortunately, Spurs won like they were supposed to. They were playing against Norwich. And Son, they got two world-class, I'm not going to say world-class strikers, but they got two good strikers that score a lot of goals. And Son is the co-Golden Boot winner with Salah. Anyway, enough. We won. The season's over. We came in fifth. Fitz, what are some of your thoughts? Talk to me.
I want to just, one of the best things about this season that I'd like to just start off with is my FIFA game is really coming around. So, I'd like to thank all the little people that made this. Oh, wait. Oh, you was talking about Arsenal. Oh,
right.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
We're here to bring perspective. That's why we do this podcast, folks. We try not to get all caught up in the hype and try to get and just stay level-headed and let's really analyze. So this is a wrap-up show. Let's talk about, what we feel about this squad. Like you said, I don't think we've had a season like this, not since I've been a fan. And that doesn't mean like we haven't had exciting second-place finishes and things like that, but just the up and down and I don't care who you are in this squad. You thought once, at least this season, maybe Arteta should go.
At least once or twice. Long winning streaks and long losing streaks. And the long losing streaks from being an Arsenal fan for so long is what really threw me off this year. And we just we could have, if we lost today, that would have been 3 in a row after winning 4 in a row. And I think before that, we lost 3 in a row. So it was, it was one of those years, like you said, it was a roller coaster ride, up and down, peaks and valleys. These are the type of games they have to learn from. They're young and all that,
Right.
There's going to be some inconsistencies because they're young. Boy, was that the truth,
and I would chalk some of them to young, but this is where I do have the praise is that the team, the young guys, to me, it was gas more than anything. It wasn't so much young mistakes all the time. And that, sometimes that happens. And that, we said, we would expect it. But I think we have a good group of young guys that
definitely
are footballers. They're natural born footballers. Definitely. So it's really the leg thing.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say most of the huge mistakes and huge matches that contributed to some of these long, losing streaks was a lot of the veteran players. It wasn't the young players getting sent off, making silly mistakes. It was a lot of the veterans. And, before this match, you could really see the fatigue factor coming in. We didn't get enough people. We didn't get enough. We got rid of some bodies, and we didn't get rid of it, and we didn't bring any in January. And I think a lot of that contributed to,
Yeah.
how we finished towards the end of the season.
So you know what? I'm gonna say top of the list. I need to make sure that I keep in perspective Saka's season.
Yes.
He's
Played every
by
game.
far the anchor of this squad. He's the one that, I mean, when things were very desperate and we were playing bad, Saka still came in and put in shifts and was still doing what he could. And he just, what a year. Coming off the summer and playing the
Euros.
The Euros.
What a penalty.
And what a year. And they played every game to the final, took the penalties, so much attention, not much rest before the season starts. He gets right into it, produces.
Played every game, all 38.
He played them all.
For a young man.
He played them all.
So justified in his fatigue, definitely.
Yes.
But he gutted it out, especially towards the end there. You could really see it. In contrast, you look at I think Gabby played in like 22 games, and you saw his energy these last 6 weeks. He's buzzing around, and you just love it. But lots of praise for Saka. Foden got Young Player of the Year, which is fine. Man City won the league. They almost shit the bed today, but
you like to keep your star boys a little hungry. Maybe that throws a little extra chip on his shoulder, and Saka's like, but like we say, the things that the kids need to learn. So like Saka, I'm sure learned a lesson too. Not that it's his fault, but I mean, we got Europa added next year to all the domestic tournaments and the Premier League and World Cup, right?
No. Well, in November, yeah.
In November, middle of the season. So he's got another big year. So what I wish for the kid is a holiday. Go, man.
Right.
If you got a break, man, go do what you want to go do for like a good 3 weeks at least. Just go,
Yeah, that's definitely something he needs to do. But yeah, great season for him. And you're right. There was a period of time where he was our only. Like he was basically carrying the team. And then once he kind of, tapered off, Smith Rowe chimed in with lots of goals. He's coming off the bench, scoring a goal every game. So hopefully, these young players continue to grow and improve.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know, Fitz. You never know. And the reason why I say that is because, just look what happened to Aubameyang, while he was here, or Lacazette.
Yeah.
Or some of the other veteran play, like they kind of taper off.
I think about like even like the old school Wenger guys and stuff like Diaby. What a wonderful talent as a young kid. Jesus.
I mean, injuries took a lot out of him.
And then injuries. You know what I mean? But that's what you mean by you don't know. Everything we got. But I mean,
I was basically meaning that, Arteta's kind of a meat grinder. And people get tired of it. You know what I mean? It's just let me play, man. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Anyway,
I mean, in this offseason can't be all about what the players learned about themselves. Like Arteta needs to learn something about himself too. Like,
and his man management. And sure, Aubameyang was not scoring goals for us. He was missing sitters. He was playing awful.
Yep.
Okay. But he leaves and he's scoring goals for fun. So, in between there's maybe a lack of communication, a lack of, hey, what's going on, Aubameyang? How can we get you going?
Mm-hmm.
Type thing.
Maybe a hint of just, I'm the coach and stubbornness. I'm not going to adjust to your game. I need you to adjust to my game.
Right.
And Abba was trying, and maybe it just doesn't fit him.
Right.
It just doesn't fit him.
And ever since, the little general took over, his goals have been, steady going down. So I'm not going to get into all that right now, but like you were saying, not only do the young players need to learn from this and, some of the takeaways from the season, Arteta needs to too.
Yeah.
And man management and getting the most out of his players, or maybe adjust, like you said, adjusting his style so that, they can kind of fit in and contribute is something hopefully he learned this season.
Right,
Who knows?
right,
He's the
right.
smartest
I
guy
think I
around.
brought that up maybe a month ago or so, but I was just saying, there are times when you have to look at your personnel and say, this is how we're going to have to kind of play because this is who I got. What you attempt to do when you have Partey on the field has to be different than when El Nini's the guy.
Egypt.
I think we're keeping him. I hope so. Because you need squad players.
A lot of people. You especially need somebody like him who's just gonna step in and be like, whatever, not complain, not get out of pocket. No disturbances. You know what I mean? Just cut me that game check, and we cool. Workmanlike.
Yeah.
And another thing is the red cards going in the next year, that has to stop, or I'm gonna lose my mind.
Seriously. And another bad throw in today.
Yeah, little shit like that.
What's going on, dude?
To be so dialed in and button up, you know what I mean? And analytics, and oh my gosh, we got the set piece coach. You know what I mean? You got fools. Anyway.
Yes.
Odegaard, the Odegaard signing and his production this year from his loans were tremendous. And I was one who was like, he's good. No big deal, whatever.
Now, I will say your whole thing last year, though, was just kind of steady about your belief. And at that time, he wasn't our player, And you were like,
I don't
how much time can we dump into somebody that's not our player? Like, I'd rather see some of our own guys get the time.
If we weren't going to sign him, if it wasn't a loan for a sign deal, and that wasn't the case, it was just they loaned them to us. I just don't like that, even in the video game. I don't play people that are loaned to me. I sit them down, and it's like, whatever. Why am I going to develop you? You know what I mean? If you're just going to go back to your club. But we were able to keep him, and he produced. It took him a while to get going. There was a it seemed like there was a little thought in Arteta's head whether he was gonna, play Smith Rowe in that spot and lead. They kind of had that tussle. Yep. I give Odegaard credit. He didn't drop his head. He didn't get upset.
Nope.
He fought hard to get back in the team, and he claimed it. He claimed that number 10 role. Him and Saka over there doing their thing. Go ahead.
No, finish up.
I was gonna ask you, what are some of your thoughts between him and Ozil? I know Ozil's not with the team anymore, but could you see a clear difference? Go ahead.
There's a big difference to me, and both of them are highly skilled. Or when he was on Arsenal, and Ozil and Odegaard now, highly skilled players. Beautiful touch on passes. There was and I never realized it back then, but I see it now. There was a cockiness. I have to be flashy with what I do about Ozil's game.
Right.
Odegaard has a wholesomeness about his skill, and he just wants to do the right thing. He tries so hard, and he just wants to make the right pass, and he makes it most often. And the touch on the pass, and like when you watch Saka burst down the right side today, Ozil saw him, not yet.
Odegaard saw him.
I mean, excuse me. Look at that. Odegaard saw him, but no, not yet.
Right.
Saka knew. It's okay. This is Odegaard. I'm going to keep running. Just keep running. He'll get it to me. He'll get it to me. Beautiful. Lobbed it with the little touch. Actually, not a lob, like a in-between direct, so he can run right on it, and the pass was perfect. And this is what Odegaard does. This is what he wants to do. This is what makes him the most happy. And then today, the goal, come on. That's a beautiful goal that he picked out, decided how to shoot, and hit it on the money. You know?
Yeah. Great move and pass by Pepe to get it to him because
Yep.
there was an easier pass to Cedric, but he's like, oh no, I'll just slip it over here to Odegaard who got it. And yeah, slotted it home nicely. To me, the biggest difference is work rate, which is obvious, but Odegaard, like you said, there's an honesty to his game. He's gonna work hard for the team.
Hmm.
And Ozil worked hard to get in those open pockets, so that he could receive the ball and do some magic. But that's the only time he worked hard
Yes.
was to get somewhere where he can receive the ball. When he didn't get it, or the team was on the break, there wasn't a lot of,
Hmm.
you couldn't see that effort as far as the whole team. And you think about Pep and then you think about Arteta. That was never. We should have all known that was going to happen. That's never going to work in that system, in that style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see the way De Bruyne works so hard all over the pitch, and
Yeah.
that's where Ozil would be playing. Do you see Ozil playing like that in that position for Man
No,
City?
that
No,
just wouldn't have
it's just
happened.
not
You're
going to
right.
work. It's
You're
just not
right.
going to work. So, I kind of
And
got.
and to just defend Ozil just a tiny bit, but the situations for those players on their teams are different. So Ozil was like basically him and Sanchez were it.
Oh yeah,
To me,
right,
I respected Giroud, so he was good. But basically, it was Ozil and Sanchez and a bunch of scrubs around them
right.
that they were trying to. So I guess he was asked to be the superstar a little bit more than Ozil is. Ozil is not necessarily the best player on our team. He's just one of the pieces in the
I
whole
got you.
cog.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
I liked it. I loved Odegaard's play. I liked the only I think disappointments we had with them is towards the end of the season, and I think that was also related to fitness and tired and
Yeah,
things like that.
definitely. Yeah,
So
him and Soccer during that Newcastle game were exhausted,
just yeah.
and it showed. The No, but him, the relationship him and Saka have created over there, is
Hmm.
beautiful, and you could just the thing with Odegaard is you can just see him growing into the team and growing into the style of like he gets the premiership now,
Yeah.
and there's confidence out there, and great signing, great piece of work.
Yeah.
The 2 years for the loan and this year. So yeah, I'm happy with him. Although I was, we'll see. And we see. He showed me, and
Yep.
that's good. Eddie, what are some of your thoughts on Eddie and his season this year?
Um,
Like, or you know,
I just
hold
tell
on,
you.
hold on before you get
Yeah.
going. Hold on
Yeah.
before you get going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, okay, and I'm sure the people that listen know you've always been a fan of Eddie. You've always talked about him not getting his shot. And when he did get a shot, like in the Carlin Cup games or the Caribou Cup games, he always scored goals. And
Just
he's just never afforded the opportunity to produce. And when he got his chance towards the end of the year, he
yeah.
produced. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I wouldn't even swear on him, but even in the past years when he was just the Caribou Cup guy,
Yeah.
I think some of those times he led the Caribou Cup in goals. Like, I mean,
Always
all
scoring
he's
goals.
done is just give everything he can when he's asked to. I understand. Some guys don't fit in or they just don't work out. I mean, the problem is that he does fit in.
Right.
These are his compadres,
He
man. These
knows
are the
those
guys
guys.
he
They
grew
played
up with.
together.
They
Hell
know how to
in.
play together.
Right.
I'm sure he's gone, but I just hats off to him, just even in the last game,
Class
shark in the water,
Yep.
just attacking the goalie when his back was turned, jumping on center backs, trying to steal balls, and the header off the corner,
Scored a
just
goal.
just Johnny on the spot, Eddie on the spot, standing
Score.
in the right place and headed it down right the way you're supposed to.
Scored another goal.
Yeah.
With a team that's been dying for goals for all season
Oh,
long. He
I
came
mean,
in.
you even wonder, huh?
He
Like,
came, he
wow, what if
came
he got the
in.
last half of this season? What would
He ca-
happen?
came in once they decided they weren't going to loan him out. I was thinking, okay, well, they're going to play Eddie because they loaned out Balagrin.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because somebody's got to back lock his head up, right?
right.
You
And
know what I'm saying?
the 3 games before the when we won 4 games in a row and then we lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Is that how it went?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were going for our 5th.
Those three games that Lacazette played were awful.
They
And
were.
after each loss, I was like, okay, it's time to give Eddie a chance. And then
Yeah.
he gambled on Lacazette one more time. We lost that one. That's 2 in a row. Okay, it's time to give Eddie a
Yep.
chance. And
Yep.
then he gambled again. You know, it all goes back to me for the reason we are where we are is because of how we start. And I'm sure we'll get into that. But the Brentford loss, we lost our first game of the season to a team that just got promoted.
Yep.
And, if we have those 3 points, oh gosh, oh, that's so old. That's history.
Yeah.
But this is the type of tenacity and the mindset we have to have going into this year. We can't start off slow. We can't lose bullshit. We can't drop points to shitty teams because we don't have our shit together.
Yeah.
If you've been an Arsenal fan for a while now, you realize the way we do our transfer market in the beginning of the season, we don't get shit done early. When we do bring people in, it's all weird. They gotta, they don't start for a couple weeks. Meanwhile, we're dropping points. We can't have any of that, dude. We just can't. We can't.
It's just
we can't.
Yeah.
Because we're still,
and it's just a history of it. Like that's how we do. That's how we do our off season
all the time.
It
took what is the 8-2 massacre at Old Trafford to get in Per and Arteta and all.
Yeah, we signed like 5 guys in the last week and shit because we got beat bad.
It's like if it's that easy, let's get it done.
If you can bring guys in at the drop of a dime, then at least pull the trigger on a couple of these guys. Yeah. Let's not talk about them for 2 months.
Yeah, so that has to, that goes down to Edu and Arteta or whoever we're bringing in. Martinelli, tremendous. When it took a while for him to start, everybody's like, "Hey, when's he gonna play? What's going on with Martinelli? How come he's not playing?" When he finally does put him out there. He's scoring goals. He's doing, he's a terror over there.
My favorite, man. It's my favorite player in the squad now.
An absolute terror.
He's just, he's a terror. And he's determined.
He wants it. He's
hungry. When you see him play, his heart, it's like, all I can think, his heart is pure, dude. Yeah. He's pure footballer.
He's hungry.
I was so happy he got to take the penalty today. He earned it. He got the foul in the box, so give him the penalty.
He's gonna be taking a lot more the way he took that one.
The only person I felt bad was for Iwobi because they ran the wing back, so they put a and I was like, man, you gonna spank my old homie, huh? Like Martinelli was running around him, just circles around him.
And our Iwobi, once a gunner, always a gunner. I appreciate that. That was a solid shit right there. He tried to play it off too, like what I do.
I know,
what I mean? Right? But he hooked it up real tight for us.
Iwobi was taking a throw in, and they had a close up on him, and he looked right at the Arsenal player and kind of gave him a nice little smile, and I was like,
right,
that's my homie,
man. So back to Martinelli. The enthusiasm, the determined, he's hungry. Like you can feel that when you watch him. He's hungry. He wants it. He wants to do better. He wants to improve. And Willie, one of my wishes was to be able to see him down the middle playing as a striker. But he is such a terror over there on that left hand, playing out wide that hey, I'm cool with it. And just
I'm gonna give Eddie and Oda this though. Part of what's helped Eddie, Martinelli realized early on in his career when he was getting down the pitch, there was nobody down there with him. So now he's trying to just go on and score against the goalie. It was his job, but Eddie has been getting into position and he gives him something to look at and target and stuff like that. And Martinelli is starting to become a distributor as well.
Right.
Not just a deadly, he might go around you and score, but you got to watch the guys running lanes too, because Martinelli will hit him,
He puts in good crosses. He's a good passer.
I think he doesn't.
I don't know how he does it. You know what I mean?
Sometimes he just sneaks balls through, huh?
Well, he's got his head down. And it's too big. Like I mean, it's all chaos, but he understands what he's doing. Like his
Yeah.
head's down, and he's dribbling, he's whooping everybody's ass, and next thing you know, he slips a pass right to somebody. It's like,
Yep.
oh shit, okay.
Yep.
So he is aware, kind of. I mean, Theo was like that, just head down, running and zipping across. But you know, Martinelli, you can see he peaks up, but it's just when he's got the ball at his feet and he's attacking, he's
Yeah.
he's.
I think like special footballers, a lot of times you see when he's getting that pass, he peaks.
Yeah, his awareness is there.
But there's like some kind, the dudes that can do like that Terminator thing and just analyze everything for like a half a second and know like, okay, this is what I'm doing now, or whatever.
For real. The
he's a special
Nuno,
kid though. I love him.
Nuno. People hate on Nuno. They talk shit about Nuno, gets on my nerves. He makes a lot of silly mistakes out there, but never ever question his his, I guess, confidence. He doesn't care. He just keeps trying and keeps trying. And there was a few runs today where you're like, you know what? If we could figure out a way to harness this guy, get him dialed in, understanding, he can't be the backup for Tierney. I think it would be a waste to go out there and get this Hickey dude or whoever. I know people are going to, go nuts on me. What are you talking about? But Nuno's young. This is his first year in the Premiership. Early in the season, he was playing good. He had that one bad game. Arteta takes him out early in the first half, embarrasses the shit out of him. And that kind of, stuck with him. But eventually, he had to depend on him again, and he was there.
Yes.
Tyranny wasn't there. Nuno was there.
I do want to point out because, the period I remember the most is because that was back when I was in Colombia and I couldn't see all the games.
Right.
So I was missing games and just reading headlines and reading Twitter to see what everybody was saying. Nuno was filling in for Tierney at that time, and everybody was very happy.
Right.
Nuno had a stretch of 3 to 5 games or so that was, I'm not saying just lit it up, but everybody was happy.
Right.
Because when Tierney was ready to come back, people were like, should Tierney come? And I was thinking, wait a second. I haven't seen games, but what's going on? Why are people saying this? Because of course it's Tierney's job.
That's a great point. A lot of people were hinting around to give Tierney a little extra time to fully recover because Nuno is playing so well. So all I'm saying is this, Arsenal fans, some of the fools on Twitter, they like to just overreact like me, like I do sometimes, but we signed them last year. We don't need to sign another backup left back, dude. There's other people we need to sign. And let's get into that right now. Top priority for next year.
So, the reason why I even was thinking about this, but anyway, I mean, what's your top priority? Is it league or is it Europa? I think it's obvious it's league, right?
Definitely.
And if it's league, then depth is needed. If we're talking about Europa, then you're probably going to go for maybe a bigger name, 1 or 2 or something like that to try to hit your squad. And then you're happy with the talent and you think you can win Europa. But if Premier League is your focus, that's always to fill out a roster. There was the only thing wrong with this Arsenal team, ended up being wrong with this Arsenal team by the end, was we just didn't have enough bodies.
Yeah.
Or worthwhile bodies that we could actually put out against another Premier League team and feel like, we could still do what we do.
Injuries, you figure Partey and Tierney are coming back. So chances are they're going to get hurt throughout the season. So it's all, the number one priority is league always. And I think if, squad depth is, you hit it on the head. That's the number one priority.
So in that point, with that point, I would say then, I don't, does anybody believe Arsenal's going to sign 7 players?
No.
Probably not. You know, there's going to be some promotions from the young squad, probably to maybe fill an extra spot here or 2 spots there or something like that. Charlie
Mhm.
Patino or Miguel Aziz or somebody like that. I don't know. But so more realistically, maybe we bring in 3, 4 players. And if it's 3, 4 players, then I think everybody believes at the top is going to be at least 1 striker and probably 2, unless you bring a Balogun in to come back and be a backup, and you keep Nketiah. Now we got 2 backups, and you could bring in just 1 striker. I don't know, but it's
Right,
probably
right.
2 strikers.
I would say just 1 is how I would do it. I'm thinking we need a striker. We need a midfielder who's at the same.
Now
Go
I'm
ahead.
putting everybody to the test. If they're going to say that, I want to tell me who's getting replaced on the pitch.
Well, what I was gonna say is we need somebody who's just as good as Partey or Xhaka. So it's gonna be serious competition for a spot. And if that's the case, whoever's informed, but I mean it's gotta be Partey and whoever we bring in. With Xhaka, filling in from time to time or giving somebody a rest or playing on Thursdays.
Yes.
So yeah, it's
So, sir, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I just needed some other Arsenal fan to say that.
right.
Please understand me, Arsenal fans. I'm not disappointed completely with the years Xhaka put in. But you have to come to grips. If we're going to be a better team, that's the next position to replace on the pitch. Our center backs are okay. I mean, we're talking about if we're healthy. Our
Right.
center backs are okay. Our left back and right back are great. I like them both. We got Saka and Martinelli. We got Odegaard in the middle. We got Partey. I'm happy with that entire squad. We're going to bring in a striker. The next position is Xhaka. So I don't care how much you love him. He still needs to go to the bench if he's happy with that. And the bench is not completely the bench.
Right.
He'll be called in for injury replacements. He'll play late games. He'll
Right.
play our domestic cup games that we have to play. He's going to get time, but
Right.
he's the one. He's out of the starting lineup if we want to be a better squad. That's my point.
Okay, yeah, I just said, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
with you. I'm not even, and you're right. A lot of people would scoff at that because of the season he's had, but it wasn't really a good season, is how I look at it. And I'm a jerk for that, but he does what he does, and
And I
he
will
does,
say this:
and
that
it
one
is what it
argument
is.
that everybody loved to make was our winning percentage with Xhaka and Partey on the pitch.
Right.
And I'll now say this: Partey's been out. How's our winning percentage right now?
Right.
Our winning percentage with those 2 on the pitch is because Partey is on the pitch, not
And
because Xhaka's on the pitch.
exactly. And Partey is a player that could, we can actually sign a midfielder that's a little more forward thinking, a little more aggressive, because Partey has a rare ability to cover everything and play that role, the Makaleli role, whatever they used to call it. But
Got that idea in his head, like I'll do whatever it takes.
right.
So if I see
And you could even
somebody,
and you
I'll
could
chase
even
him down or
you could even see how Arteta was playing Xhaka. When
farther
Partey's
up.
like play for farther up, get in the box, take shots, do whatever you
Yeah.
want, because Partey's got your back. When he
Yeah.
went out, Xhaka really couldn't do that, and there you have it. But yeah, we definitely need a not a world, uh, a midfielder who is competing with those 2 dudes, Partey and Xhaka, for a spot. They
Mhm.
all need to be competing for a spot, and whoever's in good form, that's who plays.
Yeah.
That's how they do it at big clubs, or not. And I'm not even. That's how they do it at clubs that are competing for shit. Now, if we're
Mhm.
just competing for 4th place and a good Europa League Cup run, then whatever, as far as I'm concerned. But if we're actually trying to win shit, then that's what you have to have.
Yep.
And if players don't understand that, or if the manager can't, man manage and get the best out of everybody and keep everybody fresh and ready to go and inspired,
Yes.
then what are we doing? What are we
Yes.
doing?
Yes.
You know?
I mean, the only other thing I can think any fan would say would be to try to, like, I don't know, because Tierney's been an injury problem, maybe you want to try to get a left back. Personally, I think Tierney can play enough that Nuno can get enough time that, Nuno's about one season away from being actually a really big threat on the pitch.
Right.
I'm fine with Nuno. I don't really feel like we need to spend, or we don't need to if you find a little gem of a young kid at $3 million that you want to maybe throw throw a bone at, that's not expecting to get time for 3 years and stuff like that. That's cool. That's part of the squad and the depth, and we need that. But replacing Nuno, I don't want to do that. I think Nuno needs to be part of this whole thing.
It's a season long. It's a wasted effort. It's wasted time if you go back and try to find another backup left back.
Yes.
To me, especially when there's other positions that need to be handled, and if we do get the right midfielder who is competing and based on form, take Xhaka out of the middle. If anything happens to Tierney, Xhaka can fill in over there. So he's a body that can play different positions, and that's good. And you got so no, and like you said, if we're gonna spend that money on a backup left back, that's going to take away from maybe acquiring a striker who's really, really good, or a midfielder that's really, really good. But if Cedric leaves or whatever we're doing with him, then we need a right back for Tomiyasu, who gets hurt a lot, apparently.
Yeah.
So that would be more of a issue to me, would be a right back. And maybe get one who can compete with Tomiyasu,
Sure.
And let them battle it out. Saliba's coming back, so our center backs are on point. Holden's I hope he's coming back. He's supposed to.
Last word, just released yesterday, is a French media says that Saliba has requested he wants to stay with Marseille.
Right.
I'm so sick of the rumors. Like, whatever.
Right. And,
just like they told us Mbappe was going, and
he's
then
a pussy too,
and then going, and then not.
It's showing me a lot. It's showing me a lot about his character. I didn't. He's a pussy because when he first got there, he got homesick. Somebody died. He had to go back. So they catered to that. Let him go over there. And he's
the other thing great. Too is he has put up good enough numbers that he can strongly come up and say what he wants to do. And it would be accepted as that's a good move. He was a very good young center back in the French league this year. If he said, I want to go back to Arsenal, that would be the final word, and there would be no more rumors. And it's just bullshit when
he can
these little free agents want to, I'm not sure what we're doing, and I haven't said anything yet. Say what you want to do. What do you want to do?
We loaned him out. So he coming back.
He'd come back if we just want him to come back. He'll just come back. Yeah.
But no, I hear what you're saying. Like he could squash all these rumors if he was just like, I'm my loan's up.
Say what your desires are, man. You're a young, desired center back in Europe now. So what do you want to do?
Right. So if he does come back or whatever, we're solid there. I think Ramsdale really needs some competition. It'd be interesting to see this American we signed in January push him, but he tapered off towards the end of the season. I think that was another issue. When I get on Arteta about things, it's we got Leno. Ramsdale's form's dipping a little. Leno's a veteran. They're competing. Let Leno play every now and then, just to snap Ramsdale back in reality, maybe, or get him going again. You do little things like that,
Yeah.
Plus, if Leno, the last game Leno played, he saved us, made a great save. I'm no Leno fan. I'm just saying.
I'm same way. Like you said, yes. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, every now and then you just got to put him out there and play him if Ramsdale's not playing good. This is what's going to have to happen next year going forward.
That's what I was saying. This past year ended up being kind of weird because you brought Ramsdale in, but we didn't have all the extra games. And it was like, so I mean, Leno did get a little bit of time in the domestic for a second, and but you basically froze Leno out completely.
Right.
So I don't know if he's just. I guess he's probably hurt and wants to just go and be a
Oh,
starter somewhere. I'm
he's leaving.
sure of it.
Yeah, he's leaving.
But man, now we got Europa.
Opportunity
It'd
wasted.
be great, man. It'd be great to just have Leno still in squad, and even this summer, make it a competition. Rams, you had a great season, but I'm not guaranteeing you nothing. You, Leno, who's gonna win? And let Leno fight, get some pride back in himself, and maybe he wants to stay. I don't know.
Exactly. That ship has sailed because of the way he handled this whole situation.
Right.
That's just another little thing, just a little thing that a young man learning his trade at a big club doesn't quite get right now. How you handle different players. And Ramsdale's the type of guy, just based on what I see, is who's gonna really, be like, oh shit, okay, time for me to step my game up. If that happens, like if he gives Leno like 2 or 3 games in a row, tells Ramsdale to kind of rest and get his shit together. When Ramsdale comes back, he's gonna be chomping at the bit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
just little things like that.
Yeah,
is what Arteta needs to learn from, because you look at Eddie. The Eddie situation. Maybe if you play Eddie periodically throughout the year, he's really on fire when you do put him out there. You know what I mean? But to never play him and then throw him out there, or Pepe.
Yeah. Maybe when the January window ends and you don't get rid of Eddie,
you tell him he can't leave.
You tell him he can't leave. You're sending a message, so maybe you give him a start here and there, and up, right after that, so he thinks like, all right, I'm part of the squad.
Not when you're desperate and Lacazette is done. He's not doing anything. He's old and he's tired. You look at Pepe. We go down against Newcastle, the biggest game of the year, and you got to put Pepe out there. And just look at the way you treated him all season. So it's just little shit like that he's got to learn from. And enough. It's going to be an interesting off season. Hopefully we get like you said, we have to get our shit done as quickly as possible. And in this day and age, it can be done. Barcelona, all you hear, they're in financial trouble. They don't have any money. Meanwhile, they're getting fools in. Kessie.
Well, after that first year of the pandemic, they said that, Premier League teams were in better shape than all the other leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And, but it might take time, because some of the teams are going to dump right away to try to get their money back and try to get their books straight again and blah, blah, blah. And other teams may try to hang on and see if they can figure it out. And,
right.
So, I mean, there is that chance. There's going to be players available.
What'd you think of the Calvert-Lewin?
I was just
DCL?
thinking that. Yeah. He works hard. He's not slight. I mean, he will fight a center back.
Right.
He's too pretty.
He's an asshole today.
Too pretty.
They were losing and he was trying to throw himself around and hurt people. The man bun.
I want my strikers to lean more towards Diego Costa.
He's not that
way. Don't be all cute to me. No.
He's not the striker we need. He's not.
He just doesn't quite fit the bill.
Like if you you weigh him and Eddie, I'd give a slight nod to Eddie. You know what I mean?
I'll keep Eddie,
you know what I mean? And so
I tell you,
he gets hurt a lot too.
On that, I'm not sure it's not even possible now because he's got too much interest. But I didn't believe Tommy Abraham would have been a good fit, and he's gone down to Italy, I think, and kind of tore it up. It's Italy, but you know what? They play defense in Italy,
Right. I watched him play. He's a hustler. He's big, and he's got some skill. He'd be a nice one to have. He's from London. Be stealing one from Chelsea. So that would be a nice one. But we need we need like a forgotten man, somebody who scores a lot of goals, but people were kind of sleeping on him, kind of like a Tammy Abraham to come in there and you know, put us over the top. But we need a goal scorer. We need a goal scorer bad. Um, so yeah, it'll be interesting. So to wrap things up with this year, we'll be talking about transfer shit, throughout the summer. Let's not
Yeah.
even, we spent a lot of time talking about it today, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Are you proud of this season, Fitz?
Yeah, I'm very proud, man.
Very.
I'm very proud.
Say it with your chest.
I won't forget,
Yeah.
how it's felt the last 3 years. Like,
Right.
The last couple seasons, it's even amazing we finished 8th. The way the team played. I mean, we were just not good. We haven't been good. And one of the things that I think we should be very proud of is we've got more answers and questions for the first time in a long time, ending this season, going into an off season. If our owners and board and stuff and all that are just, if they've just been doubting and things like that, if there's one time to just say, you know what, let's back this team. We've got young talent that, if we make a commitment, we can be good for a while.
Right. Yeah, I agree with all that. I'm proud of the season we've had. We were bottom of the table.
Yeah.
For a stretch there, we lost our first 3 games or first 4.
The jokes.
Whatever. Wherever,
Arsenal in last place.
Right. Wherever we were at, we were, at one point I think I mentioned like we could go down. You know what I mean? I went that route again. But and to climb all the way to 5th and have an opportunity to get 4th with such a young team, with lots of injuries, with selling Aubameyang, finally getting rid of Ozil and all these things, and all the red cards, all the suspensions to be challenging for 4th place is it's tremendous. We've had a hell of a year. We need a break as Arsenal fans. If you just think about all the shit I said and all the shit we went through and the peaks and valleys, it's a season to be proud of because we kept fighting. And just when you thought Arteta was gonna, we're gonna get rid of him, we bounced back, and we win games, and we just we battle. You could say whatever you want, but except for that Newcastle game. I mean, of all the games that come out, lay a fucking that's the one that hurts me the most because you gotta play with a little more urgency than that. That's the biggest game of the year.
Yeah.
But
I mean, because I totally get the theory of people when they talk about the Brentford loss in the beginning or some crazy loss that happened in Christmas time.
But as Arsenal fans, we know that's what happens at the beginning of the year.
Exactly. But the Newcastle game, it was known what it was worth. There was no question what this is worth. And even if we won it, it didn't mean that we still
had to win,
be safe.
But we
knew what was in hand, and they came out and laid an egg.
We should have been running around like crackheads trying to win that game.
And it worried me a little bit about going into this last game, like maybe we're out of energy.
Well, that's the part that disturbs me the most.
Yes,
because we came out playing, like we were supposed to play against.
Looked mid-season today, huh? Today looked mid-season. We
came out and we fools had energy. We were playing, and we were just, it was, the way we should have played last week. But anyway, no big deal.
That's not the way we want to end it. Seriously, we're proud. We've asked several weeks lately, are we going to make top 4? But remember, earlier,
the moment I
January, February, the question was, are we going to make top 7? Right. We quickly changed that because of how good they were playing. It's been a successful season. I know it's disappointing that it didn't work out at the very end, but like I've been saying for a while, we weren't supposed to be here already.
It wasn't the plan from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
But we had an opportunity and it didn't work out. Yeah. Great season. Thanks for all the support. We're out of here. We're going to be dropping some podcasts periodically throughout the summer. I'm not one of these guys that's just going to keep doing podcasts every week, even though there's no games. That would be silly to me. But, when there's news and shit or transfers or whether we got something to say, me and Fitz.
Hey, a big signing happens, you might hear us jump on, y'all. If they tell me Darwin Nunez got signed, hey,
Of course.
we might do a little pod.
Of course. That's what I was trying to say. And, I start, he finishes. That's how we do it.
Run,
Anyway, Cotton Two Minds. Thank you. Go over to YouTube, subscribe, and let's. We got a lot.
We like to end every season, folks. We appreciate it.
Seriously, dude. Let me finish.
Oh, I thought you were done. What'd you say? Go over to YouTube.
No, I was gonna end the show, but go ahead.
Go ahead. No. What'd you say?
Go ahead.
It's something unbelievable, but in the end, it's right. I hope you
He's singing. I don't know.
Time of your life.
Why'd you whisper it? Why didn't you just sing it? I love it. Now I'm playing. Anyway, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm not going to start until you start.
Hey, peace, y'all.
No. I'm just playing.
Hey, we're having a great time, folks.
Yeah, it's been fun. I haven't talked to him all week, so good times. Yeah, that'll do it. Hell of a season. Thanks for the support, and it's gonna, we got a lot of work to do, but hopefully, we get shit together. We get our shit together. So
things to look forward to. Appreciate y'all.
Hold on. Let me get the button right. Wow, I'm making fun of you.
Boom.
Peace.
Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going.
Fool, I'm trying to get out of here. I'm hungry and shit. You all play. Thank you for tuning in to Cotton Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. All feedback is much appreciated. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcasts, at Guna Rush, and at eMarshall Comedy. The music of this podcast is brought to you by Statics. If you like what you hear, please head on over to staticsmusic.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music.
Statics Music.
That's STATX Music. Peace.